Welcome to this part 2 program about functions, where we'll talk about functions with parameters, or how to send data between functions. We can send data from one function to another. We talk about sending value parameters. Or we can send data in both directions between functions. We talk about reference parameters. Let's have a closer look about value parameters. I have two functions, a main and an add function where I want to add two numbers. The two numbers shall come into the function with help of parameters. So here it is. First I declare a variable a, and it's located in memory at address number 100. B at 101, and I give values to the variables a and b. When calling the function, two new variables are declared. They are declared in the function header, and the value are coming from the function call. A is to NO1, B to NO2. These two variables are only local variables. I can only use them within add. When leaving add again, they are no longer available. They are out of scope. It's the order of the arguments in the function call. It is A is to the first and B to the second, and so forth. Let's look at some real code. Here I have the two functions add number and main. In add number I have two local variables, integer AA and integer BB. In the function main I call add number with two arguments, A and B. Let's try to see it run. So first I have a couple of print sentences from main, and then I call the add number function and a couple of print sentences from this function, and back in main a couple of print sentences. It seems to work. I'll try to single step through this program. I'll start with the function call run to cursor, and I want to have a watch on the variables. So right click on a variable name and add a watch, and here I can see the value of A, and B equals 4. AA and BB are not defined in this part of the program. They are out of scope. So stepping into the function add number, I see now that A and B are defined and they have values. They have the value of A is into AA and B into BB. And variable A and B are out of scope in this part of the program. I'll go back to where I came from and see now that AA and BB are out of scope, but A and B are valid variables in this part of the program. So it was possible to transfer two values from the main program to the function add number. Functions with reference parameters. It's possible to send information in both directions between functions. Or actually we don't send data, we send the address where the data is stored in memory. Let's see an example. If I want to send the value 7 from one function to another, I don't send the value of 7, but I send where the address where A is saved as an argument. And in the function declaration I receive this argument or this address, and I save it in a pointer. Let's see an example. Here I have test function where I have the parameter as a pointer and the argument here when calling it as an address. So first I declare a variable a, and it's saved in memory address number 100, and it has the value of 7. When calling the test function, I'll take the address of a, it's 100, and bring it to the test function where it's saved in pointer a. Pointer a now actually points to the address of a. So when I put the digit 2 into a, will become 2. Let's look at some real code. I have a test function where the parameter is a pointer, and I call the test function with an argument where the argument is an address of a variable. I'll single step through the program, run to cursor, and have a watch of some variables. Right click, add watch, a equals 7. I want to see the address of a, and later on I want to see the pointer a and where it points to. We see a has a value and a has an address. I'll step into the function, test function, and now I see pointer a has the address of variable a, and it points to 7. I give where a points to a new value, 2, and when coming back, lowercase a has the value 2. So I change the value of a with help of a pointer. So a was not accessible. The variable a is not accessible in function, test function. But with help of a pointer I can change the content of a. It's possible to combine the different parameter types. In this example we have a reference parameter price and a value parameter VAT. Let's see some code. I have a main and a function called tax, and in tax I have 2 parameters. I have a float, and it's a pointer, and I have an integer. So when calling this one, I have to have the first as an address operator to put into the pointer, and the next one is a value putting into a value over here. So what's happening is first I declare a price and VAT and put it in memory locations, and when calling this tax function, the price at address number 100 is saved in the pointer price, and the VAT 10 is saved in the variable v. And then I can do some math calculation where the pointer points to and with the variable v. And I change where the pointer points to, and the pointer points to address number 100, so I change the content of number 100. And when going back, the two parameters declared in the function text is no longer available.